What's going on, everybody? My name is Zach Hartley, and in this video I am going to be buying two different stocks, Facebook and Lululemon. So let me show you exactly why I am buying those stocks. First of all, I am looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average. This is just kind of a reflection of the United States in general, and we can see something really interesting emerging here. First of all, really steady coming into COVID. COVID hit, the Dow Jones completely plummeted. It started to come back, and then like I pointed out in one of my earlier videos, we are in a period of consolidation. It started about a third of the way through April. And what's really interesting is today we just had a breakout of that consolidation. So what I mean by that is we had price action today where the open and the close today were higher than the previous highs throughout that consolidation. And you can see that illustrated in my chart here by this little block right here. This is the price action today trading well above this blue line where the previous consolidation happened. Now what that shows to me and what that makes me think in my head is, okay, done with consolidation, we're seeing a continuation of the economic recovery post-COVID. That is what I think is happening right here. The country completely shut down. It started to come back. We had about a couple weeks of, okay, what's really going to happen here? We're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're starting to see different things open up, different businesses open up, and that's going to mean more spending and better earnings. So we're starting to break out of that consolidation. So that, in my mind, is what's happening here. And now I want to get on the upside of that, and I want exposure to it. So I am buying into two stocks, Facebook and Lululemon, because I think they have the best upside during this economic recovery, and because they both just broke through their previous all-time highs. So let's dive right into it. Start with Lululemon. This one's really easy to see, super clear pattern. In 2019, the stock was trading very bullish all the way up to $260. COVID hit, the stock fell all the way down to $130. And since then, the stock has climbed all the way back up to its previous high. Even through that period of consolidation in the Dow Jones, Lululemon has continued to trade higher and higher because they are, one, a great company, two, have great e-commerce sales, and three, make a great product with a cult following. So I think that that business is going to continue to grow. They make a phenomenal product and their market share is growing. They're also expanding where they sell their products. So I really like Lululemon. I like everything they stand for. The company is phenomenal, and they are now breaking out of basically that consolidation period where we hit our high and then we dipped down with COVID, we came back up, and now we're breaking through that previous high. I want to ride that out and see if I can get into this continuation of a bullish long-term uptrend. So that is Lululemon, that is number one. The second company that I'm going to be buying right now is Facebook. Here's exactly why. We see a similar pattern. This is on a smaller chart. We're only looking at 6 months, but you can see the previous high of around $220. COVID hit, the stock dropped by a third all the way down to $140. And since then in the middle of March, the stock has recovered all the way back up to above $220. And what you can see here is we have 3 positive days above $220, and then we have today's trading where we hit $240 and then came back down to $232. Now what I really like about this is, one, it was the 4th day above that basically previous high. So it means we're getting close to really confirming this trend. Number 2 is we closed higher than yesterday's open. So we have not established a new low. We are still higher than we were the previous days. And that means that we're continuing that uptrend, even though the stock basically lost 4% from its open today. That is okay. We're still within that uptrend. And what it's going to mean for us is we can get in at a better price, and the options are going to be cheaper if we decide to go down that path as well. So Facebook and Lululemon, one, we had a breakout of the consolidation in the Dow Jones, and then both of these companies are now at all-time highs after a recent breakout. So I want to buy both of these companies, so we are going to go right into RBC and get into my bank account. So I'm going to blur this out so you guys can't see it, but let's get right into it and let's buy these stocks. Okay, so the first one that I'm going to buy is Facebook. We're going to buy into this, and I'm going to buy a $5,000 position. So I'm just going to do the quick math on this, really simple. 232 divided by 5,000, or other way around, sorry. 5,000 divided by 232 equals 21 shares. So number of shares, I'm going to buy 22 shares. It'll be just over 5,000 US. We're going to buy it. I'm going to use this account. Boom, boom, boom. We'll buy it at the market price. It's currently $4.48, so it's a little bit late right now, but I'm gonna buy it at market price tomorrow. Now, I'm planning to hold this for a couple weeks to a couple months. If it continues to really go up, I might even hold it long term, and for that reason, I'm not worried about setting a limit price. I'm not worried about maybe the 10 or 15 cents I might be able to save by setting a limit price, because over the long term, it's not really gonna matter, and I'd just rather have the convenience on this trade in particular. I'm also not going to set a stop loss on this right away, because I am going to be watching it every single day, almost all day, for the next week here. So I don't need a stop loss because I'm going to be on top of it. If I was planning to walk away from it or not really look at it for a little while, I would definitely set a stop loss. But other than that, I just confirmed the trade. It was $5,100 US, about 5% of the portfolio that I'm working with, and we are all set and good to go. So that one is traded. The next one we're going to do is Lulu. I'm going to buy these shares. Oh, okay, there we go. Lulu, sort of the same price, so we're gonna I'll buy 20 of these shares. Okay, select my account. We're gonna buy it from the Canadian account. Number of shares, buy 20 of those at the market price, continue. And the price on this is $5,600. So I just bought into Apple, just bought into Lulu. We'll confirm both of these. And I bought in because they're in line with the Dow Jones, so I can predict the trend here. The Dow Jones is breaking out of consolidation, and both of these companies are breaking above their all-time highs. So the fundamentals and the technicals of these charts look absolutely great. We are seeing an economic recovery, especially in the United States and in Canada, where these companies primarily operate. Facebook is online, and online sales are driving incredibly high, and most of them are using Facebook to advertise. And as soon as people go back into stores, I think Lululemon, one of the number one places that they shop as they look for quality. So I really like both of these plays. I've placed orders on both of them, and if you guys are interested in taking a look at my portfolio, definitely check out the Patreon account where you can see everything live, what stocks I'm holding, what stocks I'm selling, and why. But without any further ado, that was the reason that I bought Facebook and Lulu. I can predict them with the Dow Jones. We've got a breakout on the Dow Jones. We've got a breakout on both stocks. The technicals look good, and I'm gonna monitor them over the next couple days in case I'm wrong. I do expect Facebook to test this 220 mark. So if it comes down to 220, I'm still gonna hold it. If it drops to 210, 205, that's where I'm gonna really question things. And if it drops below 200, I will have lost about 10 or 12% there. That will be my total cutoff, because it will have broken the support here at the 200 range, where I think we should have a fair level of support. So in the long term, I'm hoping for this to go up there. I can just keep it and hold it. I do expect some short-term gains over the little while, but it could test the 220 and all the way down to the 205 zone. If that happens, it's worst case scenario, and I'll probably be pulling the trigger on it. But that's my trading plan right now. If you have any questions, send me an email, and I will talk to you guys soon.